Hello and welcome back to Sketch of the Day. Today I want to continue talking a little bit about orthographic sketches, and specifically I want to start practicing a little bit with different types of lines in orthographic drawings and technical drawings in general. It can be difficult to distinguish between different features of a design, different edges and contours of a part, if we are drawing all of our lines the same way. So in order to tell the reader that a line represents something different, sometimes different types of lines are used. It might be a bolder or a thinner line, or it might have a different series of dash patterns to represent different things. And with today's sketch, we're going to practice a couple of different line types other than the object lines that we've been dealing with up until now. So today's shape looks like this, and this is going to give us a good look at some of the different types of lines that are available to us for orthographic drawings. And today I'm only going to use my straight edge to lay out where my views are going to go. So just like with my last orthographic drawing, I want to make sure that my front view and right side view line up on the page. And I want to make sure that my front view and top view line up on the page. So with those lines in place, I'm going to be done with my straight edge for now. Again, getting back to that idea of being able to produce a sketch quickly to communicate with somebody on the fly. So here we go. I'm going to start in this bottom corner and go about 2/3 of the way up the shape. Then cut across, straight up the remaining distance to the full height, over about half the remaining distance to the right side, down about 2/3 of the way through the shape, over to the edge, down to the bottom, and connect. Finally, in the center near the bottom, I draw my best freehand circle. So I've got a front view. Now I'm going to rotate this object up so that we can see it from above, and we'll be looking down at this from the top, in the top view. This is my front edge. That one line that I just put on this top view is this whole surface right here. Then we're going to go back in the depth direction. This is the direction we cannot see in the front view, so we need the top view to show us this, how far back it goes. And there's the back of our shape. Now, from the top, we can see some of these edges. We can see this edge right here. So I'm going to bring that straight up directly above where it is in the front view. I'm going to draw that edge on the top view, going all the way from front to back. Same thing with this edge here. We can see that one running all the way across. We can see it directly. So it's a solid object line, just like we've been doing. Now, one of the new things we're going to be looking at here is how to deal with this feature right here in the top view. When we are looking down at this object from above, we can't see the hole. It's past all this solid material. So we would need our X-ray vision to be able to see it. To communicate things like that in a technical drawing, we use lines called hidden lines. These are light dashed lines that represent edges of the object that we can't see directly. So my hidden lines are going here and here to represent the two sides of this hole. If I was looking down at the shape from above and I had my X-ray vision on, I'd be able to see these two edges representing the sides of the hole. Now, hidden lines from this point of view could be many things. It's not necessarily a hole. The way that we indicate it's a hole is by using a centerline. Centerline is another thin line. This time it extends out past the object a little bit because it's not part of the object. We're not drawing one of the edges here. We're drawing a line to indicate where the center of that hole is running. center line sticks out a little past the shape. It's a little bit thinner than the object lines, and it has one single dash every so often as a single dash pattern. This line's not long enough to repeat that dash. I'm just going to use it once so that we know that's a center line. So I've got my object lines showing me the edges I can see, my hidden lines showing me the edges I can't see, and a center line indicating that this is a circle, that it's a hole running through the part. Now back to the front view. When we are looking at a hole feature straight on, we see center lines here too. It's actually what we use to dimension the location of that hole. We get one center line going vertically through the hole like this, one going horizontally like this, and the two together create what's called a center mark. That center mark is how we would tell a manufacturer where to make that hole. So it's a necessary part of the drawing view. So last thing is the right side view. So coming over, rotating my shape over to see the right side. Here's my front edge, my back edge. Now the space between these two, I'm trying to approximately make the same as they are here in the top view. This depth here is the same as this depth here, so I don't want those to appear different. Got my outline, my object lines here. This edge right here, I would be able to see from the right side view. We're looking straight at it. So bringing that straight over, I want it lined up with the same feature in this view. Now this edge over here would be invisible to us in this view. So I'm going to bring this one over as a hidden line, just like that. And once again, I need to represent the edges of this hole, which from the side view, I'll be able to see the edge representing the top and the bottom. So from the top of the hole over, I've got my hidden line there. From the bottom edge of the hole over, I've got my hidden line there. And once again, I need a center line to indicate that that is a hole cutting through there and not some other feature like that hidden line is up there. Now my construction lines, light lines telling me where to place my drawing views, can get erased. So we talked about 4 different types of lines in today's practice. Object lines, which represent the actual visible edges of an object. Hidden lines, which represent edges of the object that we cannot see directly in a particular drawing view. Center lines, which tell us if a feature is a round hole or peg shape, or if it's some rectangular feature. And construction lines, very, very lightweight lines that help us figure out where to put things on the page and typically get erased when we're done. So there's one more orthographic to add to your practice sketchbook, and hopefully now we know a couple new types of lines that we can use in our drawings. Sign it, date it, and sketch of the day is complete.